Now, I know you all love the Wampacron, but for some reason the tribe, the wonderful community that you are a part of, you're welcome by the way, often makes me do silly things. I would like to introduce to you my Cody. Yes, my Cody is a wonderful Relic 9. Trust me, I did not want to do this. Take a look at the mods. I had to do this earlier today because it was a community goal of yours truly, and the tribe gets to choose our wonderful selection. This time it was Cody. Thankfully, we have a brand new Focus Datacron, and Galaxy of Heroes has recently had our new Conquest up, so I took the time to max out this rather spiffing looking Focus Datacron. Take a look at the stuff. We've got 70% potency and tenacity, 50% additional crit chance and 40% offense. Honestly, the stats, not really that great, but Cody's level 9 looks rather spectacular. When Cody is in the leader slot and all allies are clone troopers, they gain advantage, 100% critical damage and defense until the end of battle. But this is the real kicker. Whenever a clone trooper ally critically hits an enemy, that ally gains 50% offense until the end of battle. Every crit. Now we've got extra 50% crit chance here. That's pretty good. We start off with advantage. More or less guaranteeing crits. That's 200% additional crit chance. Sure, there are things that can get in the way of that, right? We've also got whenever a light side clone trooper ally uses an ability, call a random light side clone trooper ally to assist, dealing 100% more damage, and all allies recover 10% health. Now, if you look at Cody's leadership as well, adding that in there, we do have some other rather nice things that sort of feed into this, right? An additional 30% crit chance over here, so with a combination of advantage and the 50% crit chance that we get from the Datacron, and 30% here, we've got an 80% crit chance right off the bat. 280 if you include advantage, that's only going to be one time, right? And other allies gain half this amount. Cody gains 60% defense for each living clone ally, and other clone allies gain half that amount. So, you know, in a full clone team, 5v5, that's 300% defense for Cody, extra 150% defense for the rest of our guys. Clone allies recover 5% of their max protection whenever they use a basic ability. It's great, especially when you pair it with the 212th attack, right? This mass assist over here calls everybody to assist, and then each time an assist scores a critical hit, reduce the cooldown to this ability by 1. So we know we're probably going to be critting with this, unless they have got crit hit immunity or massive amounts of crit avoidance, or for whatever reason that you can't crit, right? And then it's going to reduce the cooldowns on this, and whenever he does basics, he's actually gaining a bunch of turn meter, and then you throw in the chance to call a random ally to assist, it could be him again, he can turn meter loop and just constantly spam 212th attack, and every time they crit, it means hey, we're getting more and more offense, which is rather wonderful. Now his offense for me right now is garbage. I've got terrible mods on him. 7,219, but we are going to be getting 50% more damage every time we crit, so it should, in theory, after just a couple of turns, reach sky-high limits and do insano damage. But that's only if the Datacron works, and I don't think it does. Yeah. Interesting. So I've been doing some testing because I really wanted to find out, hey, is there a team that I can beat with this? Is there a team that we can have some fun with this? And I saw there is this JML over here. You can see I'm in the 100s. The 100s for refreshing. And I thought, you know what? We could go in with Cody. We could go in with Rex. We can get, you know, dispels, calls to assist, lots of good juicy business, all of that good jazz, right? Or I could throw in 5s or something. I'm just using Echo because I kind of like the days, right? We've got that wonderful Datacron all maxed out and ready to go. Let's see what actually happens over here. Now, I want you to note a couple of things, right? I want you to note a couple of things. First, we're going to do a nice big AoE over here. Wonderful. Look at all these crits. Look at all these crits. Now, note the damage at the start, okay? That's an important part. We're just going to note how much damage we actually deal, all right? So we've got a mass assist over here. Watch for the yellow numbers, because yellow numbers are crits, right? Boom, boom, boom. Look at all those crits. That means 50% offense multiple times for everybody, right? That's what that means. We're just going to throw a grenade. Boom. Look at that, 17k. And we've reset the cooldown on 212. So we should be able to blitz them down, right? Blitz, blitz, blitz. Look at all these crits. And yeah, we might as well do a form up. Gain even more turn meter. Blitz them down. It's great, right? The problem is, are you seeing an increase in damage here? Because I'm not. I'm really not seeing an increase in damage. Let's do a basic over here. 10k, 10k, something like that, right? Now, we've already crit multiple times. I'm pretty sure of that. We've crit multiple times with everybody. Each time we crit, we should be gaining 50% more offense on all of our guys, right? So mass assist. Look at all those crits. 6k basics there. Okay? Let's just call him in. 13k, 8k. We've already done loads of mass assists. Let's keep going. Definitely more crits, right? I'm not going mad here. We're definitely getting more crits. But the damage doesn't seem to be ramping like at all, which is a weird thing, because it should be. It should be for everybody, right? When they die, it does reset. That I understand. They die, it resets, but Cody hasn't died, I don't think, and he's still doing like 16k on a basic over here. You know, this number is not going up every single time. It should be going up significantly. 50% more offense is a lot more offense to get, right? And every time we're doing this, I'm not seeing any of these numbers increase. I can't be going mad here, right? 12k. See, why is it 12k? We should be doing loads of damage over here. By this point, everybody has crit like 30 times. But that damage is not going up. Maybe I'm misreading this Datacron, but I'm pretty sure it says whenever a clone trooper ally critically hits an enemy, and an ally means everybody, including Cody, right? Because if it didn't include Cody, it would be whenever any other clone trooper ally critically hits an enemy, they gain 50% offense till the end of battle. That's what it says, till the end of battle. But we are not doing more damage. Like, given the volume of critical hits that we are doing, I would expect this to be like insano nutty levels of damage by this point, right? And it's just not what we are seeing right now, and it's making it incredible. It's making it like impossible to do anything, because this team doesn't have lots and lots of damage. All we're really getting at this point is we are getting, you know, like lots of mass assists, which is nice and everything, but it's not enough to really make a true difference to what this team can or cannot do. And that's just kind of disappointing, truth be told. I would really like to just... Oh, I didn't see the taunt. He taunted again. That's a shame. I was hoping we could get rid of Jedi Knight Revan over there. Obviously, they've got the crit hit immunity now, which does kind of ruin things. And don't get me wrong, in GAC, we are going to have Omicrons that are going to be dispelling that sort of thing, which is rather nice. But right now, it's just like... Focused Datacrons, guys, they are really expensive to get in terms of how much materials you need to invest in them, which requires lots of refreshing of Conquest. I spent the last day of Conquest blitzing through Conquest, buying the calendar pass, spent a little bit on the anniversary, what is it called? Why am I I'm forgetting the name of it? The Ascension Pack. So I bought a couple of tiers of this for extra energy in order to blitz through, so that by day 2, today, I could use all my additional energy just to farm as much of these materials as possible, so that I could start investing into these focused Datacrons, investing into other Datacrons to get myself a head start for when we go into 3v3. But right now, it seems like at least the Cody Datacron is just not doing anything. Well, no, it's not that it's not doing anything. It is doing all of these stuff, right? You know, we are definitely getting 30 extra speed on kicks. He's very quick, you know, for each clone trooper ally. Rex does have a chance to dispel buffs on the enemy. Cody does give advantage, crit damage up, defense up till the end of battle. But this little line here, clone trooper ally crits an enemy gaining 50% offense, that is not happening, right? I've got some footage. Let's just have a quick look-see. So over here, you can see at the start, for example, you know, obviously they've got crit. Oh, this is not the start. Apologies. At the start, over here, you do have offense up thanks to C-Rex over here. We've got crit chance up. We've got advantage, tenacity up, right? So you clearly do multiple crits. I mean, look at C-Rex over here. He basic, that's 2 crits, that's 100% extra offense. You would think the next time he does a basic, if he's got offense up, he's going to be doing, you know, 9,000 per hit, right? 10,000 per hit. Then you go in and you're like, okay, so 9,000 is different ability, so obviously we can't, you know, we're not comparing apples for apples here. But look, there it goes again. He's got that assist. That's the same damage that we did. Look at this, 437, and he's crit like 4 times. He should have like 200% extra offense there. Let's just go back. 437 there. I think it was here. So wait for it. Boom. Okay. So 443. He's definitely crit at least 4 times because he called to assist. 2 crits there. Attacked again. 2 crits there. That's 200% more damage at 443. And he's doing 6,300 per hit or 6,200 per hit. We're going to ignore this. That's an extra crit. That's an additional 50%. So he should be at plus 250% offense. And wait for it. He did 2 extra crits, so that should be 350% offense, and then he attacked again, and he's still only doing 6-2. This should be 2.5 times, 3 times more damage right now. And it's still doing around 6-3. Sure, we have an outlier here, but there's like a range of damage that each attack can do. This should be significantly more damage. Surely, right? Surely. Now, obviously, the JML does have a Datacron on. And that Datacron is giving them additional defense, but we should still be plowing through and doing significant levels of damage. He's got, what, 145% defense over here, which is obviously going to reduce the damage, but we should still be seeing that increase in damage. All right, so let's see if we can find another attack from Xaereth. We know he's crit several times now. So here we go, mass assist. Can't tell which one of them is his. Boom. Once again, another mass assist. Multiples more crits. 2 more from before, 2 more from when you did the assist. That should be an extra 200% offense, and he's still doing between 6-1 and 6-5. Okay, let's skip ahead 30 seconds. Okay, now he's got crit hit immunity, so it makes sense that we can't damage him properly there. I'm just waiting to see much further on. He's still got crit hit immunity, but we dispelled the buffs because that's part of the Datacron, right? I'm just waiting to see if we can get another assist from Xaereth. When he doesn't have crit hit immunity, preferably speaking. Preferably speaking, we might not actually have another one over here. Yeah, now I understand why when you've got crit hit immunity, we're not seeing that same damage, right? That's a significant amount. But we should be seeing some form of increase here. And it's not just once. We saw it in the live battle earlier. You could see it again over here. So there you go, 6-3, minute in. There was me double checking the Datacron, just looking at it saying, I'm not going mad here, right? Not going mad here. Do we get another basic out of Xaereth? Let's see. No, not. Well, there you go. Well, there he did significant amounts of damage, but he does have offense up there. But it's just like something here is not working quite as is written. I don't know what it is. Let's go have a look at swigger.gg. It has a mechanics page that we can check out on these Datacrons to have a look at the code. So if you go on swigger.gg, you can go over to database, you can go to Datacrons, power for hire Datacron, and you've got this, you can click on the Cody one. There's 2 of them here. One of them is the one that you can purchase with real cash money. Gets you straight up to 9. I'm going to check to see if they coded it any differently. And then you've got one of them that is the standard one that you have to invest in yourself. That's the one that I am using. So if you go down to the bottom, we've got the mechanics here. You can check out the mechanics for this particular ability, right? You can see where there is an active tag that doesn't have some sort of handler, which is this. At the start of the encounter, here we go. It goes, is the leader on the ally side self-tag CC2224. That's Cody's tag. You can see that quite clearly when you go into Cody's page on galaxyofheroes.gg, which would be here, for example. You can see a lot of these tags over here. You can see self-tag CC2224, right? That's Cody. It checks to see, is Cody in the game? Is he the leader? After that, he says, for everyone who's on the ally side that are alive and they are not profession_clone trooper, it does a little count. So basically it sees, is there anybody on your team who's not a clone trooper? Then it does the child effect. It goes from there, it says, for all ally side who are alive and are clone troopers, it says this will skip execution if the previous query had greater than 0. So basically it's saying, hey, look, have you got somebody on your team that's not a clone trooper? If you do, we are not going to skip, we're not going to put this part of the ability active, right? Modify physical crit chance by 200%. It's basically giving you advantage, the buff advantage, right? And you could see that based on what is the description of our Datacron, right? If we look at the Cody Datacron, it says when he's in the leader slot and all allies are clone trooper, they gain advantage. And that's what that first little bit was. It says, hey, is Cody the leader? Cool. Is anybody on the team not a clone trooper? If so, we're not going to give advantage. If everybody's a clone trooper, they get advantage. All right? 100% crit damage and defense till the end of battle. Let's see if it actually even puts that in. So it goes physical crit chance 200%, and you can see the description over here is advantage, right? And it will expire. It will expire, right? When you die, when you do a move, or at the end of the round, right? Cool. All of this makes sense. Then it also goes on alive based on the condition triggers, expires on either critical or perform move. If you crit, applies immunity, advantage expire. Basically, it's saying that's just how the advantage buff works. Like if you land the crit, it dispels itself. Cool. Then it also does modify all stats, all ally side who are alive and are clone troopers, 100% additional armor, 100% additional resistance. Now the difference between this, armor and resistance, one is to lower incoming physical damage, the other is to lower incoming special damage. They're calculated separately. But they're just saying, hey, if everybody's a clone trooper, they're getting 100% extra armor, 100% additional resistance, right? Then it says, for all ally side who are alive and are clone troopers, and they don't have the tag, Datacron character offense on crit handler CE. When an active effect doesn't have the tag, I don't even know what this means. It's this over here. This effect will execute if the previous effect successfully executed, which I'm guessing is everybody a light side? Is everybody a clone trooper under Cody's leadership? Expires on death, applies on critical. So this is saying when you do a critical, modify physical damage by 50%. Descriptive, C2204. I mean, I think that should be C2224. Offense increase. And now it's gone C224 offense increase. It's modifying your physical damage and your special damage by 50%. That's what I'm expecting to happen, but it's not actually triggering. Or at least I don't think it is. You can tell me if I'm missing something here, guys, but we did a lot of attacks. A whole lot of attacks. And that offense, it just was not going up at all. All right? All ally side who are alive, professional is clone trooper, gain 100% crit damage additive. That's the other part of this Datacron, right? It says over here, 100% crit damage and defense. Did we get the defense? Yeah, we got the resistance, we got the armor, then we're doing the crit damage, and this one over here says, provided you've got, provided it's light side allies, whenever they crit, they should be gaining offense. I don't know if it's this part here, when an active effect doesn't have this tag. Maybe this part is coded incorrectly. I don't know. I don't know, because it's clearly coded in there to increase physical damage and special damage, but it's not triggering, because it's supposed to happen on critical. We are critting. We saw it plenty of times where we're critting. We're definitely not getting that offense increase that I can see. Okay? Then it says, for all ally light side who are alive and professional, clone trooper, light side, it doesn't have some other tag. This is a different one now. Apply child effects, which are... Oh, it marks them as a random ally so that they can then assist, because that's the last part of this Datacron over here. Whenever a light side clone trooper uses an ability, call a random light side clone trooper ally to assist, dealing 100% more damage and recover 10% health. I think that last bit is saying, basically, if you're a light side clone trooper, I'm going to give you a random tag, and whenever a light side ally uses an ability, we're going to call a random guy with this tag to assist. That's what I think that last bit of code is. Let's just see. And modify offense by 100% multiplicative for that attack when they're doing it, right? Yeah, random ally marker expires on attack, whereas the other one expires on death. So it should be just for this attack, 100% extra offense because you've been called to assist. All ally light siding, excluding self who are alive. Paralysis, yada yada. They gain a bonus move, right? Okay, and they recover 10% health. It looks like it's all coded correctly, but in practice, when we take it in, it definitely doesn't feel like it has been coded that way. We're not seeing any sort of increase in offense. So I guess the main thing that there's two parts to what I'm trying to do here in this video, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, buyer beware, right? I know not many people are probably going to be going for a Cody focus Datacron, because let's face it, Cody is garbage. He's a terrible unit. But I want to make sure that people who have, for some reason, got some level of investment in Cody are not going to go balls deep into this focus Datacron and find out that it's kind of ruined. I'm not saying the Datacron is completely useless. It isn't. All those mass assists, being able to loop that special attack, it is good. But without the damage, you're not able to get any sort of ground. You're not able to increase your offense output. You're not really able to take out anything that is really meaningful. Like, I should have walked circles over that JML team. I feel like there should have been enough damage there to just end that team really quickly. Unfortunately, not the case. Not the case because we're not getting any additional offense. We could last like good 2-3 minutes, but after that, they pick us apart because we're doing the same sort of thing, you know? C'est la vie. C'est la vie. I think it does have hope, and the second part of why I'm doing this video is I'm obviously going to send it to CG. I'm going to send it to CG and say, hey guys, could you take a look at this Focus Datacron? These are expensive. You've got 3v3 starting in a week. Can we maybe get it fixed before 3v3 so people can actually enjoy the Datacrons you guys are putting out? Sweet! Let me know in the comments section, have I missed something, guys? Am I missing something incredibly critical? Like the raising of offense? Who knows? Who knows? Give the video a like on your way out and shout out to CG and say, CG guys, can you please fix this? Because Scribe's got an R9 Cody and now he's upset. Sweet. Alright, see you all in the next video. Peace out. May the Force be with you.